Hey Travis, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Oh, see, who do we got with us today? Is it
What's
Jorge
going on,
with
bro?
Texas Twins Contractors, huh?
Yes, sir. Jorge Sanchez with Texas Twins Contractors out of San Marcos, Texas.
Oh yeah,
Nice. Welcome
man.
to the
Well,
show. Welcome to the party.
yeah, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Gabriel, it's good to have you back on.
I know, man. It's been so long. Yeah, just been going back and forth between here and Amarillo. It's been quite an experience. Yeah.
Well, we got you in Austin for a while now, though, so
Oh yeah.
that'll be
Oh yeah.
good. We're going to get to Jorge. We're going to talk about his story, his company, what they've got going on right now.
hmm
But we'll just kind of glean over a couple things on Friday. We're going to put out across all of the interwebs our barbecue event, the Austin Barbecue Cook-Off second annual. It's going to be on November 9th at Oak Hill Social. It's going to be huge. There's going to be hundreds, if not thousands, of people there. We're going to have vendors. We're going to have a cook-off going. We're going to build a shed. We might even throw a frozen turkey into a fryer, depending on if we can get use of the land over.
Nice.
That'll be a whole different conversation, but there's going to be some fun stuff. There's going to be a barbecue cook-off. We're going to feature, our group, some of the companies that'll be vendors and sponsors. We're going to feature them. It's going to be a great deal to come out, eat all the barbecue you can. There'll be beer, there'll be games and all sorts of stuff. And we also have a tacos and tequila in the Houston area coming, which we're going to have
Also in November, isn't it?
So yeah, it's November's going to be a pretty fun month. I'm looking forward to
Oh
it.
yeah, it's my birthday month too.
Right
Yeah,
on.
which day is your birthday?
The 16th. That's
Nice.
why
We
I
should
asked
be.
if we could do. That's why I said I was like, yeah, we should do the barbecue cook off on the 16th.
Well, let's do tacos and
Uh,
tequila on the 16th.
That would be cool. It's on a Saturday.
And exactly.
Yeah. So that would be fun in Houston. Iris would love that. Get
Well, I
around,
mean,
go
Michael Soto,
kids.
our insurance sponsor, shout out to him of the Houston area. He's got a place in Tomball. That's part of what we'll be hopping on a call with him tomorrow.
Nice.
Using that place and then using similar strategies to what we are with barbecue cook off and just throw a big old party,
Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for the barbecue one. Like that's we've already got the test website. It's about to go live on the 9th. Like we're gearing up for that thing. It's turning into awesome. We acquired the name, which the name as soon as I mean it's just as classic as it can get, and surprised that
Our
it was even available.
AustinBarbecueCookoff.com.
Yeah, it's
I already
crazy.
remember that, and I can't even remember
Yeah,
my kids' names half the time.
it's really good.
That's funny, dude. I forgot my kid's middle name the other day. I was like, shit, I don't know. Good question.
Right?
That's awesome.
It happens.
So we don't want to talk about too much more of that. We just wanted to throw that out there. Like I said, Friday morning, we're going to make a big hoodoo about it, release it to the public with all the details, and start reaching out to people who want to be sponsors or vendors of the event. It's going to be one of the biggest events in Southwest Austin all year long. And we're looking forward to working with Jesse Island on this. And it's going to be amazing. So one other thing, or a couple other things, is we have a few changes coming up in the Dallas group. We're bringing verification to there September 15th.
Right.
The website is already up. I don't think it's completely fleshed out, but we built, and by we, I mean Lily, has built most of it. We'll start the verification program probably the beginning of September, and then do the full launch on September 15th and start growing out and accelerating the growth in that group, just like we have here in Austin. In Austin, when we started verification, we had 19,000. And sometime tonight, we will probably end up with our 50,000th member tonight. That's a pretty large group. It's one of the bigger ones that I've seen. Pretty excited about that. But Dallas is growing quickly. You know, Dallas has gone from 10,000 to almost 13,000 in about a month. So that's a pretty good growth rate. We're really excited about what's going on there.
I remember Houston was at like 4
rules there, and I think we have some tweaks coming to Austin, but we're not quite ready to announce those yet because we've got a few more details to work out on those. But just some improvements to the group that we think will help, you know, just make everybody more successful, which is always the goal.
Right on.
Yeah. Also, just be mindful. We do have 21 Contractor Connection locations. So if you guys are hearing this and anywhere in Texas, if you guys want to, like, we're looking for partners and people like, you know, that we can partner with in these different areas to bring like what we're doing to different areas, you know, like Victoria, McAllen, Lubbock. You know, we've already got the Amarillo one. Anybody in Amarillo that wants to, you know, take on more responsibility within the group, let us know. Like, we want to have partners and get partners that do that. So, you know, if you're in the Texas area, look it up. Like, you'll find it. We've already created the groups. They're already active. They're live. They just haven't, you know, they're not seeing the growth that they need to. So if you're in that area, you do work in that area, and, you know, you just travel to Austin to do work, but whenever you go back home, there's not a lot going on. We want to help build these communities for the very reason that we have them here in Austin, is to help people get jobs and connect people who are looking for contractors with people they can trust, you know, and that's pretty much at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do. So if you're in another area and you know that they could benefit from building out the communities, let us know. We really want people to help us like spread what we're doing here like across Texas and make it a movement to where we're all holding each other accountable. I think that's just something that's for the benefit of everyone.
Exactly.
But yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough of Gabe and I blabbering on about all the fun and amazing stuff that we got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Now we want to talk to Texas Twins contractors and see a little bit about what your story is, how you started, what got you into the business.
Yeah, man. So, you know, just like every other kid, right? Going around mowing lawns and stuff like that around the neighborhood. Started doing that and figured, hey, man, I can make a buck out here instead of going to McDonald's, you know, like every other high school kid was. So, you know, I was doing that, trying to figure out what I was going to do with my life. And I actually became a firefighter. So that was my career for the past 6 years.
Really?
And yeah, and on the side, you know, our schedules is 2 days on, 4 days off. So I got 4 days off to just do whatever. You know, some guys enjoy it, the time off, and then other people start a side business. So that was me thinking, well, I can just keep on hustling, you know, don't stop there. And
Absolutely.
and I was kind of like that Chuck in a truck, right? I could do it all, throw it in the back of my truck, whatever it was. And going up into 2020, people started me calling me for commercial work, you know, and they're like, hey, I need insurance, I need this, I need W-9, this. I'm like, oh shit, I don't got none of that. Some people want to pay with credit card, you know, and I was like, dude, I got to get like fully structured, you know, I got to get the LLC and everything going. So we officially opened up our LLC in 2021, and then that was the Texas Twins, you know, started that up. And that's actually when my kids were born. So I actually have twin babies. They're a boy and a girl. So
That's awesome, man.
That was kind of like the motivation, like, oh, you know,
that's great.
I'll name it, you know, Texas Twins. There we go. And but by then I already had 100 accounts, you know,
right.
And basically
building up the clientele. That's awesome.
Yeah, I already had the clientele before I even had the logo and the business name. Everybody was just like, "That's George. Oh, cool. That's your trailer now. That's your wrap. That's your business. Oh, cool card." But they already knew me. You know, I've been doing,
Yep.
you know.
Yeah.
So by then, you know, like I said, I was already ramped up, and I kind of just told them, "Hey, I got this Google page going. Can y'all help me out?" And then, dude, I had like 50 reviews in 1 week from all the clientele that I've been having. You know,
Right.
so
That's awesome.
that was cool, you know, and the references, everything was there. And, you know, work just kept ramping on, man. And fast forward to 2024, I actually hung up the boots 3 months ago and went full time into my business. And that was just, I had to take the leap. I was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I'm at the fire station and I'm getting calls and, hey, the masonry guy's over here and this isn't the right stone. And I'm in the middle of like, I'm in the ER room, right? Trying to
Yeah.
help the patient out, the ambulance, whatever we're doing. At the same time, my phone's
Oh
blowing
wow.
up because I was able to put systems in place because I knew if I can't be there, I got to keep the wheels turning.
Right.
So because if I stop going, then we don't get paid. So I was like, I got to figure out how I'm going to do this when I'm gone or if I'm hurt. And so I had project manager, I had systems in place, and but at the end of the day, sometimes if you're not there, people like to run up the clock, you know, or things go, they're not getting done right or fast,
Yep.
and so it was one of
A
those
lot of
deals.
things seem, yeah, it feels like oversight, like people
Yeah,
are just,
yeah.
when they're not being seen, like they'll kind of just
Exactly. Yeah. Or
wither
or
away and keep
sweep.
going.
Details that start to get missed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Things get swept under the rug, and then if I'm not there to catch it, I'm like, crap. Now I'm losing money because I got to fix that. And
Hmm.
so yeah, man. 3 months ago, I decided to go full time in my business, and it's like the floodgates open, bro. We went
Yeah.
from just mowing lawns to doing pergolas, outdoor fire pits, all the outdoor living, and then now we got into pool building. So I'm actually working on my second pool now, and I just started
Wow.
my first one 2 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
so it was just like the clientele's there, but I didn't have the guys there yet, and crews hit me up. Hey man, I see what you're doing. I'm actually a subcontractor for another pool builder. He doesn't have any work right now. I've built over 100 pools, man. Let me help you out. And I was like, hey, I got a client, man. Let's do it. And yeah, we've been going, man. And he actually does
That's
all
good.
my other stuff too. So the guy's got 30 years in the game. He just doesn't
Yeah.
have a name to it. He's been helping out this other company, And I was like, dude, look, I want to grow. I look at things differently, for my company. I want to take those guys that helped me come up. I want to take them with me. And when I go to these, we work with builders and stuff too, and I see them with their nice, super lifted trucks, and then the guys that are doing the work are over here trying to jumpstart their truck. And
Yeah.
and I'm like, dude, this guy is helping you elevate, and you got him out here struggling. Help him come up. And so I just want to be different, and I want to help those guys come up with me. And like, hey, you can, if your goals align with mine, you can come up with me too. I don't want to just be
Yeah.
enjoying all this. I want to, hey, we came up from lawns. We were mowing lawns 2
Yeah.
years ago. So
There's no better way to level up than with people that you
yeah,
trust. You can't do
Right.
it on your own. I
exactly. Yeah,
mean, you
can't.
bootstrap it on your own.
Yep.
Sounds like that's what you did. I was lucky to have a partner when we bootstrapped, but we went through something similar to where it just kind
Hmm.
of snowballs on you. People start saying, "Hey, I use this guy for this," and it went well. And then the
Hmm.
next thing you know, you got like 3 people from that. It's pretty wild what the word of mouth can do for you.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Yeah, so yeah, we've just been doing good work, and I'm also I do work for another builder, and when at first he first called me to just do the lot clearing, grading, small stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, you guys can do it all, dude. Start doing the hardscape irrigation, do all that for me." And then now we're doing the carports, we're doing welding for him. We're pretty much
Nice.
setting up all the exterior, and then we're about to start bidding on all the stucco for all his builds, and he's got over 40 projects going right now. So he's kind of like testing the waters with us. We've done 5 homes for him, but he's just like, hey, bro, if the numbers are right, I got 5 more for you. And then so we're ready
Yeah.
to start another 5 next week. So we're just doing good work, and and I still haven't forgot about the lawns, man. I actually kept the high end commercial accounts that we have, and so those are still going. And I'm just like, guys are calling me, hey, you got a job? You got a job? I got my trailers wrapped, and people are calling me every day. Hey, I saw your truck driving. Are you hiring? I'm like, oh man, well, yeah. What do you want to do? Whatever you
Yeah.
got. Well, I need mow crews right now. Yeah, I'll mow. Let me know when you got
There's a lot of people looking for jobs right now.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I just
See,
tell
and
them
that,
do good work.
yeah, that's awesome. And see, actually, so there's something that Travis and I we've been trying to put our heads together with the rest of the team too, like how to figure out how to get a labor pool, because it's one thing to have contractors, which is good because they're the ones that are insured and they're the ones that are like holding the liability. But the
Yeah.
labor pool, because and also like we're such a saturated market that people have to go the 1099 route because it's more lucrative for them because from a standpoint of like having a per hour employee to pay
Mhm.
someone and the overhead to put them inside of a truck and have them drive around is like it would be murder. Imagine, you know what I mean? At like 2
Yeah.
p.m. trying to get from Georgetown to Oak Hill. Like, come on, that would
Mhm.
kill. That would kill production. But if you could have, like you said, like your multiple crews, send
Yeah.
them out to go look at the job, review it, come back with a labor price, and then you keep them under your wing as like a general contractor. Like that's the smart move. So we're trying to figure out how to bridge that gap right now. Like with getting guys on there that are willing to just be like a part of a
Mhm.
labor pool, and then they just
Yeah.
list their skills and how we can so like
It's a little bit different because they're obviously not going to have business insurance. They don't
mhm,
have
Yeah.
Google reviews,
Right.
and
right.
so it'll be kind of a caveat emptor. So that's some of the details we want to work out, but we want to figure out a way to
Mhm.
help connect people who are looking for work with companies that are growing like yours.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully, because we all know how tough hiring is, right? Like you hire a certain number of people for one or two to still be there 6 months later.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Um, and so, if we can in any way help shrink that amount, then I think that would be a pretty good thing all the way around.
because there's
Sir.
guys out there that have a lot of skills that they're
Mhm.
dudes. They're just dudes. Like they don't want to work, for anybody. They'll take the project by project, and they're
Yeah.
really good at what they do. If you keep them busy, and then
Mhm.
eventually, like they feel comfortable. Like you guys are getting into a work relationship. You adopt them on your insurance. You show them how, like you said, elevate them too. Because that's one thing that I think is really good is show them how to get the LLC, show them how
Yep.
to get insurance, show them
Mhm.
how to actually turn themselves into a legit contractor because that's where we all started. We all started with a vision and knew that we had the skills to do what we were doing, and we were like, okay, I'm going to
Mhm.
monetize these skills. And someone there to show us how to do it, like whether it's delegation, whether it's project management, electrical, fencing, any of that stuff. You can contract yourself into getting your services out there, which is really cool. That's awesome to see that, man. That's cool that you did that for
Sure.
so long too as a firefighter, and then
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude,
that's
I've
crazy.
seen it all, man, and I want to thank the fire department because it showed me like how your life can go from 0 to 100. So like literally, no, tomorrow's not promised, man. Every time we went
Hmm.
to somebody's emergency, it was their worst day of their life, you
Yeah.
know, and I saw that so much that whenever I'd be out there at a job site or something and somebody got hurt, I was like, oh, dude, just pop that back in. Don't worry about it. Like, and then so you're like, oh my God, how are you not freaking out? And I was like, oh, my bad. Oh yeah, that's bad. Help him up, bandage him up.
Right.
One day the guys were mowing a commercial site and they had one of those one of those hose lines hooked up to the hydrant where the dump trucks were connecting the water dump trucks were hooking
Hmm.
up and everything because they're out there spraying all the subdivision and all that. Well, one of the guys mowed over it, and it was just boom, like blowing. It was, dude, it was Niagara Falls, bro. Just went,
I
and they're
bet.
freaking out. Oh my God, what? They're calling me. What do I do? What do I do? I'm like, dude, relax. Where's the water coming from? I don't know. You follow the hose. Where's it coming from? The
Yeah.
water, the fire hydrant. Okay, shut the hydrant off. Okay, now what? The water stopped. Oh shit, yeah, it did stop. Okay, get back to mowing. Like, come on, guys. I'm gonna call a plumber. We'll get that fixed. He'll get it. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. It was an $800 hit, because it was one of those HPV HDP lines, one of those
Oh
hard.
yeah.
Yeah, so it was a special fuse. They had to fuse it, whatever. I took the hit. I was like, whatever, dude. I'm not about to have this developer call me because whatever y'all did. But get back to mowing, get done, go home. you know.
Yeah.
And but I don't know, dude. It kind of taught me to just defuse a situation quick and kind of de-escalate, you know. So yeah, seen it all, man. And but yeah, as far as getting out there and doing it, man. And you know, people, they still call me, hey, what do you got for me? I want to learn this.
Yeah.
I tried to start up a business. I failed. Can you help me out? And I'm like, well, let me help. I got some work for you, but it's tough, man. If you don't know how to manage the cash flow, you know, these projects, if you don't know how to bid it right and you run out of cash, now you got to finance the project, you know? So I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, you got to know what you're doing, man. And it took, you know, I fell in the hole one time, and that's all it took for me to get a deposit, you know. And now, you know, nothing's good until it's in writing. You
Yeah.
know, I
Yeah.
hate to say it, man. Some people take advantage, and you know, because I mean, I'm only 33, so when I show up to a job site and other guys are bidding, I'm bidding against these guys that have these huge companies, and they're looking at me like, "Are you the assistant or what?" And I'm like, "No, I'm here bidding too."
Nah, you're the boss
Oh
man.
yeah, yeah, you know,
Gotcha.
so you know, but I mean, I'm just learning, man, trying to soak up everything that I can, and who knows, man. I mean, I got a drone, started messing around with the drone. Now I got people calling me to film their job sites, and I'm like, oh, I was just messing around, you know. I'm not really. No, well, I saw your video and it looks really cool. I want something like that. Like, just come film me. I'm like, okay, well, I'm around town. Yeah, I'll
I'm
go.
gonna have to get a drone pretty soon
Yeah,
because
it's
I've
cool.
I've seen multiple really good uses for it.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured out one for myself. Other than that, it looks like a lot of fun, and I want to have a lot of fun with the drone.
Yeah.
So
I
I think
have one. I have a DJ, a JDI or DJI 3.
DJI.
Like it's a
Yeah.
nice, yeah, it's a nice one. It has like, and I don't even
what does
know
it
what the
have,
hell.
Gabe? Is it an Amarillo?
Yeah, it's an Amarillo. I should bring that damn thing here. Yeah, I know. I should just leave it here and you know, you, Yaritza, or whoever is out and about, take it and go film some stuff. It'd be good.
Yeah, let
Mm-hmm.
me
You really go
practice
here.
flying that thing over the Gigafactory. See if
Oh,
Elon had
Yeah.
like shoot it down or something.
Oh
dang. Yeah.
man,
Wouldn't doubt it. Yeah.
that's
So
funny.
George, how long have you been with Contractor Connection?
I want to say this is gonna be a year, man. Yeah. At
Nice.
Yeah.
at first, I probably got, well. Let me go back. I've probably been with it for 2 years, but when you recently started doing the whole verification thing, I was just kind of seeing what was gonna happen, and then when I saw, you know, the wave was going that way, I was like, dude, it's $15, whatever it is. I spend more money on, you know, Starbucks and crap, and I'm like, you know what, this is actually gonna benefit my business. And you know, so that's how I look at it, dude. I look at it like, what is
Yeah.
going to move my business up, whatever it may be, the coaching class, whatever, contracted connection, dude. I'm just gonna pay that because it's always gonna come back to me, you know.
Right. That's what
And
we
you know,
do. I mean,
yes, folks look at that. Hey, somebody recommend. They go to the list. They see that, and that's just one more, you know, uh, bulletproof. Like, that guy's verified. He's on there. He's official. You know, so
right.
I mean, that could be it right there. That could be our biggest project one day. You know, they call
Yeah.
us for the contractor connection site. We saw y'all on that. You know, so yeah,
There's a
it's
lot of
great.
people that are starting to go to the site instead
Mm-hmm.
of to the group, which is
Mm,
actually what we want long term anyway.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's working out,
I
and
actually had a
hopefully,
conversation.
what's that?
I had a conversation today with an actually a subscribing member. It was no, it was yesterday. It was Johnny Corsi. He owns Oak and Stone Construction, and he doesn't have a Facebook, so he doesn't participate in the group. He's a subscribing member and has been for about a year now, and doesn't get on Facebook. And what he does is he just goes to the website, looks at each category of what he needs for subcontractors,
Mhm.
and uses it as a subcontractor list. And I'm like, man, that's literally. And he was like, are you guys doing events? Which is something we need to do based on that, because they are people who don't have social media. They just know that there is that service and they use it. He was like, I didn't know you guys were doing like any kind of barbecue cook off or that you guys had networking events. And it got me thinking, you know, like, whoa,
We need to get all that onto the
we need to get all
website.
that on there. Like it
Well,
needs to
Ron
be
Chang
linked. Yeah.
posted earlier this week how he's essentially going to be able to build his house just by hiring verified members off the website, he's already basically subcontracted out the entire house.
Nice, dude. That's
It's a
cool.
You
cheat
really
code.
can too. Like that's the cool
Yeah,
thing
it's a
about
cheat
it. You can
code.
find a good general contractor. You can find a good handyman for sure. But you can also go to the source of the good companies, of the insured
Yeah.
guys that have good reviews. We've started diving into that a lot more. We've lost a few members in the past couple weeks because we've gone through and audited the insurances. I know a lot of people have got messages from our Wix about that as we go through, and we're just making sure everything's up to date. So it's not just people who are like, oh, you just pay $15 and you just give them a piece of paper, show you're insured and you're good to go. And it's something that we keep up with. It's something that we want to continue adding features for, and do everything we can to promote the companies that are with us, because we know and trust those companies, and we want as much work as we can to go their way. And that's better for the overall community, because we know our companies, the Contractor Connection companies, they don't run off with deposits. They don't do dumb stuff. They're going to see the job through, and they're going to stand behind their work. So we have just a badass collection of companies that we partnered with.
That's awesome. And there's still there's companies that are doing well. I mean, that are. And really too, even utilizing the group. The more you post in there, like if you're a subscribing member, create the content. If you want us to help you, that's why we have Contractor Up. Like we can help you build the leaflets, the flyers, do your marketing, stuff like that, your SEO. Like we can help you get all that stuff done too. Like you could pay the entry level of $15 a month, which is good. It helps everyone, but there's other services out here too. And then, just really networking. I think the networking events that we do are really what kind of is the driving force of keeping everybody interested and also educated with the mastermind classes, which we're going to start doing more of those, which are really cool, which are going to be really good.
So George, you said you got your second pool coming down. Is that a lane you're going to kind of grow into now?
I think so, man. It's exciting. It's a challenge because it's almost like, all right, cool, we're doing all the outdoor stuff, and I'm like, what's next? And then everyone's like, I need a pool. I'm like, man, I don't do pools. That's not my avenue. So, like I said, that got me thinking, I need to find how to make this happen for them, so that I can start offering this product, and then I'm not losing those clients, because a lot of the clients, man, that we have, I kind of turned into a GC for them, because instead of calling somebody to paint their home, do turf, do gutters, they would just call me, hey, George, get this done for me. And it took me one time to say, I don't know how to do that. The next day, some company came in and took the whole job. And then they were doing a bunch of other stuff for them. And I was like, man, I could have done that. And so that kind of, that got me thinking, hey, I need to be able to offer like a full service for a lot of these folks, because a lot of these folks, they just want maintenance free. They don't want nothing. They got it. Hey, I'm trying to live my life hassle free.
Yep.
Need somebody to take care. Oh, you're my lawn guy. Take care of everything outside. I don't want to call 5 different people for the outside. So we kind of did that. But anyways, to answer your question, yeah, man, it's a new challenge. It's exciting, and I'm here for it, man. I'm trying to learn. And like I said, the second pool, I shot up to Belton at 5 a.m. today. I live in San Marcos, so shot up to.
Man, that's 2 hours right there, isn't it?
Yep. And the guy was like, I'm ready.
2 hours if you leave at 5 a.m., 4 hours if you leave at 7.
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah. Traffic starts at Buda. Boom. It's crazy, dude. The way Austin, and you got 35 under construction forever. I don't know when they're ever going to finish that. But
they're just about to start on a whole new project for 35 in downtown Austin. So that'll be fun and exciting for everybody.
Oh, no.
Dude, yeah. So, yeah, man, the clientele's there, the opportunity's there, but you got to jump on it. I could have easily said, no, that's too far of a drive. I'm not making that. There's stuff here. But it was a recommendation from somebody else that I did a job for, and they said, hey, call Texas Twins, call George. He can get that done for you. And I was like, you know what? They believe in me that much. I'm not going to let them down. So took off, me and my project manager, and he lives in Georgetown, so it was better for him. But I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
No, I got to make face with this client because my name's in it now, and I don't want them to be like,
Yeah.
oh, George got recommended, he didn't even show up, so
Yeah.
I had to make that first connection, and yeah, it's great, man. I mean, it sounds like they're ready for it. They're just like, hey, let me get the HOA on board, and if they're not on board, we're still gonna do it. I'm like, oh, okay. you know, it's one of the yeah,
YOLO.
yeah, they're ready for it, man. So excited.
That's awesome, man.
They're excited.
I love the name because I'm not gonna lie. I thought that like when
Mhm.
it's Texas Twins that you had a twin.
Dude, I
Or
get
like
that
it
all the
was
time.
2 of y'all, but it's you actually have twins,
I get
which
yep.
is
Mhm.
even cooler. But as somebody who
Mhm.
has a 2 and a 6-year-old right now is like kind of terrifying to think about also.
Yeah, yeah, and our little ones, it's a boy and a girl. They're gonna be 3 in October, so we're riding those terrible twos,
Do terrible
going in.
twos and then three-nager. Like
Oh,
people talk about
that's
terrible
yeah.
twos a lot more than they talk about the three-nager part. But for us, three-nager was so much worse.
Yeah, I believe it. But yeah, man, just you do it all for the family, right? You do it for the kids, and it's great, man, because I want to be able to give them what I never had growing up. I used to grow up and hey, can we go to Steven's house? My friend, because he had the outdoor pool, he had the whole oasis in the backyard. And it was
Yeah.
always he had the Xbox and everything, and I'm like, you know what? His dad busted his butt to give him that life, so I got to do that now to give my kids that. And
Yeah.
yeah,
That's
got to go
everything
after.
right there too, though. I mean,
Yes,
like
sir.
that's what's been driving me forever is my kids.
There you
If it
go.
was just me, I wouldn't really care that much, to be quite honest. But
Mm-hmm.
I want to be an example and I want to provide for them the best that I
Yes, sir.
can.
Yes, sir. There, there you go. Yeah, man. So yeah, definitely good times, and I'm here for it, man. I'm excited. To me, people still look at me like, oh, well, you're only a toddler in the business world. Your business is only 3 years old. I'm like, dang, I didn't look at it like that, but you're right. We're still,
You got plenty of room to, yeah, there's always
yeah,
room to grow. And you guys have
yeah,
good systems in place. You've got everything to show for it, like with the clientele, with the
yeah.
branding. You've made good
It's a
strides in
good
3 years.
brand.
It's definitely something to be
Thank
proud
you.
of. Like, don't let people sell you short on that. That's really good. Most people in here have businesses for like 8, 10 years, and they don't have their branding together. They're
Yeah.
like, well, I used to have an LLC and like I kind of use that now, but then I'm just doing 1090. You know what I mean? Like no one really gets it
Hmm.
together and how they're packaging themselves, which is really good that you found that early on and was able to get it solidified.
Yes,
You
sir.
know?
Yeah, and it's all about how you present yourself. What you bring, because it's that first impression, right? People always
Right.
remember that. And like talking about the drone stuff, man. I bought a drone just because we were doing a masonry job for this broker, and
Hmm.
after looking at them and everything that they did, they always reposted all their stuff. Hey, this guy's here. This guy's doing. So I knew that if we did a good job, they were going to repost, our work. I was like, you know what? I
Hmm.
got to go all out. So I go buy this $1,500 drone for this masonry job, right? And
Yeah.
it was going to be hit or miss, right? Well, the next week we ended up landing a $10,000 masonry job because of that.
Nice.
So it was
Yeah.
like it paid for itself, bam. And
Yeah.
but you had to believe in it. And
Yeah.
like I said, the filming and stuff. Now I'm excited about that. People are telling me to open up a film company, or not a film company, but like a drone photography, start doing that. And I'm like, man, I just did it for me, but now I'm helping out my other friends that are starting out their businesses. I'm like, hey, let me help you out. Let me record some of your stuff, edit it. Like, it's on the house. Like, I just want to get better at it, and then it just
Yeah.
it comes back, because I post it, they look at it, they follow us, but then it makes a full circle because they're like, oh, what does he do? Oh man, this is a whole another company too. And so it always comes back, man. And I've never been the one to look at something else or somebody else like competition. Sometimes I see landscapers and they're like, don't look at what I got, or no, I'm not showing you, you can't talk to my client. I'm like, dude, I'm in no competition, man. I don't You can talk to my clients, whatever. If I lose a client over $10, he was never my client. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but
You should send us some of that good content. We'll get it posted across the platforms. We love
Oh,
stuff like
For
that.
sure.
oh, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
your edited stuff. Yeah. Show us what you got, man. That's really
Okay.
cool. If you have the
Yeah.
ability to do that, because that's
Okay.
the hardest part about doing the marketing stuff is we can have raw footage all day, but editing it and putting it together in a
Yeah.
package is like one of the hardest. Yeah,
That
Lily's in the
takes.
chat.
Yeah.
She's saying agreed. Send it over. Send it over.
Will do.
That's not all she said.
Yeah.
Will do.
Well, George, thank you so much for being on tonight. Gabriel, it's great to see you on here again. We will be back same time next week. Gabe and I have already talked to the guests that we want to have on there. We need to confirm with him. But we're excited about it. We're excited to be back in the routine, and we're excited about where everything's going. As we always say, we're just getting started. But thank you again, George, of Texas Twins Contractors. They're amazing, as you can hear. George is getting into pools as well. So reach out to him for exterior, and he'll get you taken care of.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the opportunity. No, we look forward to working with you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys. Also, remember Friday we're going to be launching we're launching the website for the barbecue cook-off. So you guys keep your eyes peeled for that. And it's austinbarbecuecookoff.com. Super simple. Probably the best opportunity we ever had just to find, branding for something. But austinbarbecuecookoff.com. It'll be going live on Friday. If you go to it now, you'll be able to see it, but it's probably going to change because we're still moving stuff around. But it'll go live on Friday. But thanks, George. It's been awesome having you. We've also got that other footage that we're going to put together and send for you for the deck, and then as well as
cool.
That other where you're doing the outdoor of like where the pool. You were doing a pool. You were actually resurfacing a pool, which is cool.
Yeah. Oh,
did you? Is that how that kind of fell, like going like domino effect through that?
Yep. That was a remodel that we were doing, and then that picked up the other pool, and then now that picked up this pool. So it was just it kind of just went like, yes, sir.
Awesome.
But that house is done, by the way, man. Go check it out.
Oh yeah, that sounds awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool location. I like that little area back there.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, thanks, guys. We already did outros, but for some reason we got pulled back in. All right, well,
yeah, good night.
Good night.
Yeah, you too. Good night.